of Chase and Sanborn Coffee and Tenderleaf Tea present Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy. Can you imagine a ventriloquist being the #1 hit on radio? But that's what my father was. I'm Candace Bergen. My father was part of a wonderful era, radio days, the 30s and 40s, and no agency did more to break new ground, to innovate in radio than J. Walter Thompson. In the 30s, JWT ruled the airwaves, producing 40 of the leading 100 programs. And when I say produced, I mean JWT staff wrote and directed not just the commercials, but the whole program.
Hi-ho, everybody. This is Rudy Valley and Company.
The Kraft Music Hall with Bing Crosby. And here's Bing Crosby.
I like New York in June.
You know, George, I think you ought to have an Oscar.
Really?
Yes, too bad they only give them to actors.
Good night.
They even wrote me into some of the programs.
Candy, my own little Candy.
Down, Daddy, down.
Yeah.
Holy smoke, she's getting laughs, too.
I think Candy's very amusing. Yes, she's a girl after my own heart.
Yeah, and after my job.
No.
Good night, you trial-sized Lucille Ball, you all right.
But I want to be on the show, Charlie.
Oh, sure.
I want to be just like Daddy.
Oh, no ambition, eh? Oh.
9 years old and a straight man to a dummy. Oh, well. The JWT radio department was run by a very memorable man, John Reber. Variety called Reber the Ziegfeld of radio. One long-forgotten advertising crisis inspired this headline, Reber Not Worried. Reber and JWT not only pioneered the big variety shows, they also led the way in news.
Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. North and South American by shortwave overseas. Let's go to press. Flash, Manila.
In drama.
From Hollywood, California, the Lux Radio Theater presents...
In suspense.
The Mutual Broadcasting System presents I Love the Mystery.
In the longest-running soap opera of all time.
One Man's Family is brought to you every...
Shows that defied description but were immensely popular. The Major Bowes Amateur Hour. And in a weekly commentary for Pons, no less than President Roosevelt's wife, Eleanor. When TV came along, JWT was there at the beginning, and I mean the beginning. Like 1930, the first commercial television program. Sponsor, Libby McNeil and Libby. Agency, JWT. Audience, 48 TV sets in Chicago. In 1947, JWT produced the first commercial network drama, the Kraft TV Theater.
Good evening. This is Ed Hurley speaking for Kraft, makers of Philadelphia brand cream cheese.
1955, TV's first color spot, and, it's only right, for Kodak.
Through the years, Kodak film in its familiar yellow box has helped record the memories of millions of families everywhere.
In 1958, the first videotape commercial for Lux.
That's the beauty of Lux.
With stats like that, you know JWT was a TV pioneer, a leader in programming and in media. Early on, creating the 3-hour program event like Bridge on the River Kwai for Ford. In 1964, the first roadblock buy on TV, buying the same time on all 3 networks. At one stroke, it introduced Mustang in a big way to America.
The 65 fastback Mustang. They call it the 2+2. There's room for a beach umbrella, surfboard, and a pheasant under glass. Henry's become quite a gourmet, so I try to have everything ready for him when he gets here. Why don't you change your life? Take a Mustang out for lunch.
But an agency really makes its name on its creative. So what about JWT's commercials? Everybody can show you a reel, but let's go it a little further. You want innovative, we'll show you innovative.
Burger King presents our...
For Burger King, the world's first TV coupon, putting surprise into the everyday for French's mustard.
French's all-natural mustard. Be good to your food.
In the 60s, inventing the interactive commercial. Show us your lark. Having the guts before a Super Bowl audience to try a live Will It Start the First Time Power Mower test for Sears.
Demonstrate that for you right here, right now, on live television. Have you thought of one of these for Mother's Day? Dave's Craftsman Mower.
For 7-Eleven, capturing the elusive voice of the teenager.
Brain freeze.
It's doing the unexpected 30 years ago.
This is the 1965 Ford. And this is the $16,000 Rolls Royce. Which is quieter?
$16,000? That had to be 30 years ago.
Watch. We want you to see just how strong, how quiet this Ford really is.
And then sending it off a ski jump to prove it could stay quiet.
It's the strongest Ford we've ever built.
For chiclets in the 80s, giving a new twist to celebrity endorsements.
You may be partly right, but mostly left. Left, right? That's funny, isn't it?
It's creating a brand-building advantage out of a product drawback.
Okay, mister, let me tell you what I really think. I use it, but it tastes crummy.
Listerine's got the taste people hate twice a day.
For EPT, presenting the pure drama of life itself.
Negative.
Oh, bummer.
I could have sworn it was positive.
We're going to keep trying.
It's upsetting the status quo.
Marvelous little things, uncool enough.
We've seen the light of 7-Up, 7-Up.
It's turning pride into a legend.
The few, the proud, the Marines.
It's a dynamic car campaign without words. It's making one little pin the quality symbol of a $2 billion communications empire.
That was a pin?
I've seen that somewhere. For Clorettes, it's manic new energy.
Hey, do you know what you're eating there?
You ever heard of Clorettes?
It's shaking up America's fast food business.
And get a second Whopper free.
Broiling beats frying.
It's taking a cliche, trucks are tough, and turning it inside out and upside down until Ford became America's #1 truck. And innovation is reaching further out than anybody has before in something like emotion with someone like Kodak.
That you've seen and all the others in between. Remember, do you remember the times of your life?
So, what's the best spot JWT's ever done? Well, if they asked me, I'd say this one.
I call my mother in Brooklyn, New York.
Doesn't anyone around here ever call their father? Well, I really like this one.
Now, aren't you glad you heard all that?
Baby, why didn't you sign us up?
Sister, I've been trying to do that for years.
But they didn't ask me. Here's what they picked.
Unforgettable. In 1955, this voice was becoming a legend.
That's what you are.
That same year, a legend was born for the road.
If you just want to ride, get some wheels. But if you want to swing, get a Ford.
Bigger engines, better getaway.
Airplane!
That makes you going great.
Aunt Jemima, what took you so long?
Huh?
just like a vibrator. If the inventor is single, I'd like to meet him. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
No Miracle Whip today.
Oh, no. Well, I'll have the soup.
Click, click, click. I'm gonna get you with the Kodak disc.
The Choplifter.
You want sausage or pepperoni?
Fixing up the place? Here's an idea.
Here's the kitchen window, right here.
Kibbles and bits jerky. I'm gonna get me some kibbles and bits jerky. Please don't eat all the morsels. Please don't eat them all.
'Cause Oscar Mayer had a way with biology and
That's the blues. This is Aqua Treading, the all-season Aqua Tread only from Goodyear.
Now, doesn't that strike a chord?
Have you driven a
Lately.
You're the end of the rainbow, my pot of gold, your daddy's little girl.
Do I look 20% smaller to you?
I don't wanna grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
I'm a pickle cook. Pickles are what I cook. Gherkins, crickets, dill, spears, chunks, chips, Newbit. With Newbrit.
I'm in a short hair phase.
I feel so good looking at myself now.
Because Lever 2000 has special skincare ingredients.
It's called Plum Present.
Almost there, Bo.
Almost?
And it's all yours.
He can do it.
I dare you.
The Exterminator, the Orkin Man.
Take me, I'm yours!
Is this a 90s way to do business or what?